Lee. Thanks so much for coming to spend some time with me today.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. Always good to talk to you, Tracy.
Oh, you're sweet. Well, I just first of all want to thank you, Lee, for helping out with Mac. And your role is very vital. Your community that you guys have created is so helpful. And the work hasn't even started yet. So it's going to be really great to see how things roll out. So I just want to thank you for your help with that.
Thank you.
And I guess I want to ask you, what are you excited about? Like that's coming with QHS. What are you excited about for our future here?
Well, the first thing that brought me to the QHS to begin with, of course, was the QARC. I mean, we've had additional things with just the QT Wave devices and the home healing systems and other things going on in between there as the QARC's been postponed or pushed down the road with whatever's been going out there. But with the healing aspect, I mean, my own health is challenged on its own right, but it's nowhere near tons of other people's. I mean, I've just got the generic overweight, and because of that, blood pressure stuff happening with stress and everything else going on. It's my wife and her daughter, our daughter, that have the biggest challenges that they've been dealing with for years. I mean, my wife has had to deal with a muscle disease for a while that limits her ability to move, and our daughter has had problems, and she's around 30 years old now, 31 years old. So it's just challenging with that aspect, and having access to healing to have them come from the beginning. And obviously, I would love to be healed at the same time, to be at the same level my wife is when she's healed. When we're both, back to a reset and everything else, we hope to, actually be able to start a family between the two of us again, and things like that. That we would have. I mean, things in between there. I mean, we tried, but in many ways, I guess it was a good thing it didn't happen with the way things have come out with our medical challenges otherwise. But that's one thing we've been looking forward to or hoping for. I mean, not right away, but at least to have it an option again to have in our lives. But that was the biggest thing. Some of the other technology things that are coming through with QHS are gravy and above and beyond the technology that's coming out otherwise. When it comes to QH experience, I mean, we obviously are looking forward to that and have full belief in the power frequency. Just at the levels we've had access to, haven't been as beneficial as we would have hoped, type of thing. So the QARC will be the game changer for us, we believe. But once that happens, I mean, she wants to shout the praises of QHS, and I mean, I started out with Along for the Ride. I mean, I want to sing his praises too when things are in place in that respect. But all the challenges have been around. It's just challenging. What it amounts to.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
that will be fabulous. So Lee, what do you see or what do you want for the QHS members at large? Do you have a vision for that in the future?
Well, not exactly. Right now, things are still getting defined to begin with as we're starting out. I mean, QHS has wonderful programs out there. Unfortunately, with my lifestyle, some of them just don't fit in as well. I mean, my wife is the cook of the family. She doesn't like what I cook, so me trying to learn to do the wild cooking is not so useful, since she wouldn't want to have anything I do anyway. She's a foodie. But at any rate, and some of the timing of the things, being a person who has the 9 to 5 job. I mean, at any rate, I mean, I do believe in what QHS has out there, and it's not, again, just looking for the quick fix. It is looking for things that help the individuals retrain themselves to have a better lifestyle, which I deeply in need of myself, but it's hard to reprogram me when I've got some other challenges in the place that seem to be hurdles that aren't as easy to get over. Well, a lot of people out there, of course, suffer even more than my wife do and my daughter do, and they have more challenges that they've been dealing with. Um, and it's the medical community. I mean, I can't wait for the day that that's just gone because my wife has to do some medical stuff that hurt her more than help her, but she doesn't have a choice to get medications that do help her. So it's just very, very frustrating and challenging to have to do things we know we don't that don't help us to end up getting something else to get that band-aid to get from day to day type of thing. But there are so many people the device itself has helped and have made improvements for. So I mean, it's visible, it's known, it's out there, and there's more to it than just the healing that would be coming out in the future. I mean, we've got transportation improvements and other technologies that can just do so much for us as this world changes. And I just hope the people who really need access to this can get to it before it's too late, and that that they do realize that there is more to it than just the tech itself. There is it's a community. There's a whole community involved there too. So having people have access to that and have a potential place to have another opportunity to connect is a great thing too. So
Yeah, sometimes people need to feel heard and seen, because it's a
yeah,
lonely world out there. So I do like that you talked about the community. And have you guys done any of the HHS meditations?
yes, um,
Can she
I'm
tolerate it?
pardon.
Can your wife tolerate it?
Yes, yes. Actually, I mean, before we had the HHS device, she would have, felt. Actually, one thing about my wife, one of the hobbies that she had started up and had put off to the side for the longest time was crocheting. And during the meditation sessions, um, she was able to crochet, and she actually made a couple blankets for her mother and her daughter, type of thing. So, I mean, she was able to do. I mean, the meditation sessions were something that actually help trigger the ability to do that because we wouldn't have had an HHS unit ourselves at that point yet. So she felt the ability to do that more with those sessions going on. So she could feel that aspect. My wife has had visible aspects from the meditations that were great.
That
So
is very great. Wow, being able to crochet from that's pretty cool. I'm
yeah.
happy to hear that. So I guess the last question is or how do you see your role? Because each of you are a unique piece of this puzzle. How do you see your role with Mac as things move forward?
Well, again, part of that is we're still trying to find our footing of how we contribute the most. I mean, when it comes to the team value itself, I'm one of the more technical minded people, and so I mean I do believe in this movement, this technology, this frequency. As a household, we definitely believe in what's going on, and from the Mac aspect itself, like I said, I think I represent a certain form of people who are who could be semi resistant, and I would be an example of what just having a smidgen of belief to follow on, even if you can't fully see it. Faith's a strong word, but I mean it's along the lines of faith. But me using the word faith for myself is not necessarily the most representative of the word. But I mean there is something there, and I would hope that I could be an example for some of those other people. out there and be a good voice, a good representative for that faction of the group.
Well, I know you will, and I know that pretty soon your mind's just going to be blown. So I will be looking forward to being in your presence on that day, Lee. And we have great things coming, and Mac is just going to be such an integral part of everything that we're doing. So thank you so much for coming on and spending time with me today, and thank you for helping our members with the MAC, the Member Advocate Council. Appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you, Tracy. I do what I can do the best I can.
You do great.
Thank you for making this QHS project fly. This valorous admin team, thank you. The Key community welcomes you. Thank you for making your home QHS healthy and happy. Thank you for helping us place QH centers all around the world. Together, hand in hand, we make miracles happen. QuantumHealingSystems.org. Thank you.